What up? What up? It's your boy, Calvé Inspiration Engineer. I am super excited to connect with you today and talk about how to build a personal brand when you are dealing with anxiety, when you're dealing with stress, when you're dealing with overwhelm, and how do you go about creating the shift? Now, first and foremost, we're streaming right now over on YouTube. We're brought to you by the Brand Builder Economy, which is a Facebook group that is dedicated to building personal brands. And again, I am your host, Calvé, Inspiration Engineer. So I'm super excited about getting into our material today. I will be highlighting your responses and your chat, your messages as we get into this based on what I'm learning and based on what I found working with one of my clients yesterday. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about practicality, right? I'm working with a client yesterday, and this gentleman is a guy that wants to create these very unique adrenaline experiences, adrenaline retreats, where people are just like him doing phenomenal, amazing things at these adrenaline excursions, traveling the world, doing all this cool stuff. What we found was he, like most of us, like you and I, was allowing the anxiety, allowing the problem, allowing the analysis of how to create it, stop him, block him, disrupt him from creating it. And you say, well, what do you mean? He was getting into the weeds and the minutia. Well, how am I going to raise funds for it? Where are we going to go? What's going to be included? How do I build the brand for it? And he's getting overly anxious about trying to figure out all the details. Have you ever had that happen to you? Right? We all have. So what we needed to do was to get him to shift from his conscious mind into his subconscious mind. And you say, well, Calvé, what do you mean by that? Our conscious mind is our analytical mind, but we don't create from our analytical mind. We create from our imagination, from our emotional subconscious mind. And whether or not you agree, there is a paradigm that is working in all of us. We had to shift his paradigm. Okay. If you want to build a brand that is centered around legacy, if you want to build these authentic, relatable, connectable, one-of-a-kind lifetime experiences for your community, your tribe, we got to disrupt that type of process and cognitive thinking so that you are playing in your imagination and in your intuition, in your vision, seeing it in what they call your third eye, and then being able to execute it and manifest it in the present. Does that make sense? That's the way that it works. If you're with me right now, let me get a, hey, I'm with you. Just let me know you're here. Say what's up. That way I know, and we got some comments flowing. I want this to be very interactive. But that's the way that it works. Okay. So with this particular guy, we had to get him to stop the analysis process, get back into childlike, kid-like mode, right? When you're a kid, you want to go to Mars. You want to be a fireman. You want to do all these. What's going on, Terrence? We see you. We see you. Thank you for being here. When you're a child, you create with no boundaries because nobody's told you what you cannot do, right? As you get older, different people tell you what you can and cannot do, which is then you start to believe that, which becomes your new paradigm. And that is what we got to shift. So we had to get him to jump back into being a child again. So he's not thinking about all of the analysis, all of the different things of what could go wrong and how do I create it and how do I manifest it? And I'm getting overwhelmed. How am I going to fund it? Stop it. Stop it. We need you to be in the place of feeling it, seeing it, experiencing it here so that it manifests in the physical. Okay. So the question then becomes, well, Calvé, how do we do that? What does that look like? And what I want you guys to understand is, and this is so key, this is so powerful and so important. If you have something to write with, write it down. Here's what I need you to understand. Having anxiety right? If you have butterflies before you take the stage and you come out to perform or you come out to speak or you come out to present to a group, if you have butterflies, there's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. Tony Robbins has butterflies. That's why if you've ever watched him, he does this little spin around thing with music and then he comes out hype because he's got to get his state right and then he's got to go. Tony Robbins has butterflies. Facts. So having butterflies, that's not a problem. Are you with me so far? The problem is when you allow the anxiety or the over-analysis to disrupt you, disable you, where you can't really deliver because of the anxiety. That's when it's a problem. Does that make sense? So, if having anxiety is not the problem, then what is? What is allowing yourself to go down the rabbit hole to where you're not taking action because you don't have all the answers. Ooh, that's powerful. What the problem is you're not able to create because you don't have all the answers. Here's what I need you to understand. This is what you want to do, and I'm going to use myself in this example. I come from doing events. If you know a little bit about my story, I was locally famous when I was 18 years old. We sold out a concert of 1,209 people. Terrence, the gentleman that just said, "What up, bro?" We'll go ahead and show Terrence right here. That gentleman went to that concert. He can validate that that's true. So Terrence, if you're still with us, let us know. Did that happen or did that not happen? 18 years old in Indiana, facts. So I come from putting on these types of event productions, and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through. So I did this concert. Terrence said, facts. So there's your validation. That happened, even though we don't have it on camera. So with that said, I come from doing these experiences. The one I did in college, we blacked out a 3,500 auditorium, person, right? It's black, completely black. We dropped down a movie screen of the album cover, which was called Diamond in the Rough. And we had a girl that sounded like Evanescence singing on this cover, right? And so the audience is looking up at this movie screen and you hear her singing, "Diamond in the rough, diamond in the rough, diamond in the rough." And I had a DJ on my voice. "I gave y'all the best of me. I gave y'all the best of me because this is my destiny. Ah!" And when I said, "Ah," the screen, you heard a glass shatter. The screen broke into pieces. When it broke into pieces, we had a spotlight come down from the right, which had two ladies in camouflage on the right. We had two gentlemen in camouflage on the left. I show up with a third spotlight in the middle of the audience. Audience goes crazy, like, what is going on? We do a dance going up to the stage. That was how we opened that event. Okay. Now, I'm putting on virtual experiences now for the I Just Want to Inspire You media experience right now. I have no idea, no real full certainty around how to create that type of experience virtually to where you are physically there. So it creates, even in Cave, a little bit of anxiety. I have a certain standard that I want people to feel when they attend a Cave event. Okay. Now, I can allow myself to focus on not having all the answers, or I can allow myself and say, you know what I know? Because here's what I know. I know that everybody that attends is going to have a phenomenal experience because I am going to bring the energy. Period. We're going to have some great music. We're going to have some cinematic experiences. People are going to laugh. People are going to love. People are going to connect. That's what's going to happen. This is all I need to know. I don't need to know how I'm going to deliver the audio through your computer from my computer and get into all the weeds and the analytics. It does cause me a little anxiety. So what do you want to do? You want to transmute from your emotion, sing it in your mind, what you are certain about, what you are going to create. Don't get into the weeds of all the things you don't know. None of us know all the answers. Grant Cardone himself talks about, I had to hit up my mentors to figure out how to build certain things within my empire because I did not know. It is the standard. So you want to become resourceful, right? The key is to become resourceful to go get the answers, but not allow the question marks to cause doubt that disables you from doing whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, Kaveh, I get that. That makes sense. So then, Kaveh, can you tell me what is your plan of action so that you don't have this uncertainty anymore? Gladly. I'm going to reach out to some communities that I'm in, people that put on events, people that do all that kind of stuff, because there's people with way more experience as far as the AV and the technical and the wiring and the live stream, people that do all that. They do that. I don't need to know that. I know where I can get the answer. I'm going to go to these communities and say, yo, can y'all help me out? This is the experience I want to deliver. This is what I'm doing. And does anybody have a result for me or an answer for me to solve the how? But I'm not going to allow my emotion, I'm not going to allow my mind, I'm not going to allow my spirit to sit here and focus on what I don't know to where it disrupts my community from having an amazing event, because what I know is that the event is going to be amazing no matter what. Stamp it. Facts. So what I'm saying to you is, don't get caught and lost in the sauce around the personal brand you want to create or the business you want to create. Go with what you know right now. Allow yourself to feel it in your body, see it in your third eye, see it in your mind, see what the experience is going to be, feel it all, and then give everything else to God and say, guide me. If you are a Christian believer, I pray for wisdom on a regular basis, connecting the spirit. Hey, I don't know, but I know the creator knows. I know the creator can help me. Some people call it the universe. I know it's God. So it's like, hey, I know he knows. I don't need to know all the answers, and nor do you. So don't allow yourself to be over analytical. Get so lost in the sauce that you can't move because you don't have the answers. Realize that none of us do. Nobody knows all the answers. That's the reason why wisdom says surround yourself with mentors. Here's another practical step. Wisdom says put yourself in communities of experts who have more expertise than you on that topic, right? Wisdom says surround yourself with other people that are just as resourceful, that are just as dreamer or visionary oriented. Whether you're an entrepreneur or not, the answers are always out there for you to go get them if you seek, because when you seek, then you shall find. When you seek the answer, you find the answer. You don't have to have the answer. You just have to know who to ask to get the answer that you're looking for. Does that make sense? Facts. Stamp it. So hopefully you guys are with me. So I just wanted to share that message. I wanted to share that thought. I want to open it up for questions. If you yourself are experiencing any type of analysis paralysis, if you yourself are experiencing any overwhelm, I'm going to open it up for questions right now, to where I'll do a quick little Q&A if anybody has anything, and that we can just actually execute on right now in this moment. Is there any thoughts, any questions, any ideas, any concerns? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. It doesn't look like there's any questions. I want to thank you for your consciousness. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for being here and allowing me to just kind of rant and rave here for a minute. It was really a great experience to transform working with the client yesterday. He said, I said, how do you feel after? He said, man, I feel giddy like a little kid, like being able to disrupt this energy. So there is a process to being able to disrupt. If you need somebody that can work with you, if you need someone that can guide you, ask you the right questions to get you to break free out of your mind, then this is what we do in the brand builder economy, because everybody there is working to build authentic, relatable, connect-based, one-of-a-lifetime experiences that are personal brands that are edutainment. Okay. The one last thing I do want to share with you, society gives you a paradigm. Society says your hobbies, your creative gifts, they go over here in this right box. Your business skills, your business talents, they go over here in this left box. They don't play together. And that's a lie. They can. You just got to be strategic and, again, feel it and allow it to come, versus trying to analyze the how do I build it, and just get into what is it I want to build? What is the experience I want people to feel? What is it that I would like to manifest? And then allow the vision to pull you versus trying to push it and make it happen. Does that make sense? So with that said, have a great weekend. Have a phenomenal, phenomenal day. Thank you for, again, allowing me to just kind of chop it up, allowing me to rant. And until the next time, it's your boy, Calvé. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to y'all soon. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me in the comments. Boost!